皆さんこんにちは。今日は夫の家族がニューハンプシャーから遊びに来てくれているので、15分くらいのところにあるこの辺ではちょっと有名なバーボンの蒸留所を予約したので、これからツアーの一部をシェアしたいと思いますので、よかったら最後までお付き合いください。
I know you've been here before. You live up the street. Anybody else been here before? Everybody else is brand new, fresh mind, faces fantastic. That's what we love to see. And we're also a micro distillery, so I think. And the Abraham is it's special because it's an experimental batch. So each different release is very different. And if you take one of these Bowman Brothers, which is aged 6 years on average, and instead of bottling it right then and there, what you do is you turn around and you put it into a used port barrel. You know, port is a sweet red wine, comes from Portugal. And if you age it for another 3 to 6 months in a port barrel, it starts developing this nice reddish tinge, which I'm sure you can see. And it starts getting a nice openness and airiness to the bouquet, and also gets nice sweet notes to it. I had a rum quite like this, because this is what is known as a Colonial Style Rum. And you're going to get more of the notes of the butteriness coming through, and the molasses, and the brown sugar notes. And I'll tell you what, I'm a history buff. So I think it's interesting because when you're sipping on this, you're essentially going to be tasting a part of history. You're going to be tasting what people like, our founding fathers like Alexander Hamilton and George Washington used to drink here in the colonies 300 years ago. And they used to love rum like this. After that, we ended up donating. We donated it to local EMS and firefighters and police departments. Heck, it even found its way all the way up to DC, where it's still being used in hospitals and 3-letter government agencies. So I'm very proud of our community service in helping fight this ongoing pandemic. Inspired. So it's infused with things like green tea and jasmine and lemongrass and ginger and Italian juniper. So it's not so juniper forward like sipping on a Christmas tree. I tell you what, this is delicious. But if anybody here isn't a huge fan of gin, I say give it a try. But we also have some tonic water or some grapefruit tonic, which pairs really well with it. More detail about anything at all, feel free just to tell me. And last but certainly not least, I want you all to have fun. I mean, this is a really cool, really interesting place to be. As you can see, I'm very passionate about, my job here. I've been working here for about 3 or 4 months, and I absolutely love it. I'm really thrilled to be part of the whole experience of making bourbon and working here. In front of these interpretive panels, now, we just installed these not too long ago, so I'm only going to briefly go into the history of the distillery. Mr. Bowman himself, right up there.
前回来た時はこの部分はありませんでした。バーボンをボトルに入れる機械を買い足したそうです。
These tubes are going to be connected to pipes which go all the way upstairs. Newly charred oak barrel. Once we use those barrels, we cannot, by law, reuse them. So we have to end up getting rid of the barrels, and what we end up doing is we sell the barrels. We sell the barrels to local businesses. Local cideries will make cider in our barrels. Breweries will make like a bourbon barrel stout. Smells good.
多分ここには8年くらい前に来たんですけど、新しい機械が随分足されていました。これからここでバーボンが発酵していく一番最初の段階を見ることができます。なんか機械が漫画に出てきそうなものばかりで可愛いですよね。
New. He's only been here since 2015, but George here is more high tech. He's a hybrid still, so a compound still, best of both worlds. But we can actually make experiments and making gin.
酵母の匂いがしてきました。
Because we don't want y'all drinking it either. In fact, if you ever hear horror stories about people making hooch at home in their bathtubs and going blind,
いい匂い。
Let's get out of this noise. That's good. We're going down this way. Keep up the good work, my friend. This is one of our warehouses where we store and age our product. Now, this isn't our only warehouse. We have another one upstairs, which is even larger, and another one next door, which is even larger than that.
樽がたくさん、ちょっと落っこってきそうで怖いです。
40 seconds at 1400 degrees, and that's going to release natural wood sugars and flavors like spices and vanilla and cherries and all those good notes that we're looking for in our bourbon.
以前来た時にはケータリングのものすごく美味しいパスタのコースのようなお料理が出てきてすごく美味しかったんですけど、今日はパンデミックのおかげでありませんでした。今回はこのお店で売っている4種類の酒が試飲できます。まず最初の一つはこの白っぽいキャラメルと生クリームの入ったちょっとさっぱりしたカルーアミルクのような感じのメディハイトボーマン。2つ目は冒頭でジョンさんが説明してくれていたキュアリアスリーブライト&コンプレックス。3つ目は同じく冒頭で説明されていたアブラハムボーマンに似た製法で作られているザックボーマン。最後はシンプルに内側を焦がした多くの樽で熟成させたこのお店の定番ボーマンブラザーズです。
or at your table, you're going to see, first of all, a little barrel card there, and that's just product information for you. That's free for you to keep. But you're also going to see a board there, and that is a tasting board. And on that board is going to be a number of different glasses, the largest of which, this one here, is water. Don't worry. These people, under Virginia law, each person is entitled up to 4 tastings a day. The only caveat is that it has to be served with food. That's why if you look down, you see a little packet of saltine crackers there. Hey, little legal loophole right there. You know what? Don't knock it because it works well also as a palate cleanser. You know, some people like sipping on some water. Some people like, munching on something salty. First thing you're going to do is you're just going to hold it up for this moment in history, for this moment in time, for you to pick it up and appreciate it, right? Okay. What you're also looking for is you're looking for clarity. You're making sure there's nothing floating around in there too, right? Or not be. Is you're going to tilt it 45 degrees, and you're going to bring it up to your nose, and you are going to then pass it from one nostril to the next, and pick out any of those beautiful smells and flavors coming through. I'm talking about things like spices, vanilla notes, cherry notes. Personally, with this bourbon, I get like apple notes or like apple pie. That's why I like it. They're suffering from seasonal allergies. So they're sitting up here or standing up here and looking at me like, well, I don't smell nothing. Well, no duh, your nostril is clogged. Use the other one, you got 2 of them. So now I want you to take a small sip, less for the taste, but more to wake up your taste buds. Because again, this is 90 proof, this is strong. So we're just gonna take a small sip and coat our tip of our tongue like a nice warm hug on a cold winter day. Quite pleasant if you ask me. I call it a nice Virginia hug because it's, sour. The next one, the Isaac, which is the, I don't want anything ruining that beautiful port finish flavor. Finish the sample, and we're gonna cleanse our palates with either some water or some cracker, whatever you prefer.
What? Finish.
Because we're going to go on to our next bourbon, which is the Isaac, which is a beautiful sipping bourbon. And it's a little stronger than the first one, whereas the other one was not only 90 proof. So we're going up in proof and up in quality, if you ask me. But the Isaac, you'll do the same thing. You'll pick it up and you'll appreciate that beautiful golden honeycomb color that gingerbread in it. And when you're ready, you're going to bring it up to your nose and see if you can't detect any of those beautiful sweet notes coming through. Almost like an apricot or dried fruit or jam. I tell you, it's my second favorite bourbon, folks. Anybody here prefer the first one? The bonus of it? Okay. First one? Yeah, I like it both. I do too. I'm an equal opportunist. I can take either one. Any day of the week, right? Any day of the week.
Yeah, the 2 beautiful women in the room.
There we go. Yeah. If you can't choose, just have both.
I like first one.
Yeah, try this. Right?
Wow! Pink!
It's good.
Okay.
Even
面白い。なんか甘い。You didn't get? Why didn't you get that?
Because I just drink it straight.
じゃあなんで私の飲むの？
they're drinking what they've learned. Now we're just gonna finish off those grapefruit tonics. I'll give you a second. Put a straw in it. Smell the sweetness. Yeah, you're gonna smell like maple notes or caramel notes.
This one, right? Yeah, I know. I'm still enjoying this.
Yeah, you take your time.
Thank you.
Can't rush a good thing, right? This is only available in Virginia, this caramel bourbon cream. It's that beautiful, perfect fall flavor, almost like a maple syrup. All right, folks. clearly that I've been able to share some of my enthusiasm and love for working with you all. Now, don't worry about cleaning up after yourselves. You know,
アイスクリームこれが一番好きでした。ボーマンブラザーズは地元はもちろんサンフランシスコなどのコンテストで数々のゴールドメダルを受賞しています。にもかかわらず値段はとてもリーズナブルなので、それも人気の一つです。
Nice. And then if you flip it over, I believe.
yeah, you get the
So they've rubbed some of it off for you, so it doesn't.
yeah, so it doesn't leave a trail
Yeah.
of char everywhere.
Oh God, that.
Oh, yeah.
He
From
put,
the top.
yeah, he put together a gift
definitely
package for something. Yeah, something like that.
This is very good. This one? Yeah, and you kind of get one? This is very good. Cocktail recipe book.
No, just for fun.
ギフトショップにはバーボンフレーバーのメープルシロップやコーヒー、製氷機やロゴ入りの T シャツや帽子などが売っています。この樽を使ったデコレーションもいつも楽しいです。前回来た時は樽で作ったクリスマスツリーが飾られていました。今日は何を買おう、大量生産をしていないので売り切れてしまうと買えなくなってしまうので、気に入ったものがあったら買っておくべき。
買いました。
But it sounds like you've been here for years.
Well, I love the history, I love the science, but that's the thing. Every day I learn something new. And if I don't know something, if somebody asks me a question I don't know, I make sure to ask the master distiller or ask Jimmy. I'm always learning here and liking to share what I learned too. So I'm very passionate.
Awesome. Thank you.
今日私が気に入ったメリーハイトボーマンとが今日全く味見してない甘いアーモンドとココアとカラメル、そしてクローブとナツメグフィニッシュのジョン・ジェイ・ボーマンのスモールバッジを買いました。
And your total today is $77.90.
Since we're doing some grilling tonight, maybe I bought some so that people.
Ah,
Let's go
for
for it.
barbecue? You bought this for barbecue?
これは樽から取った
It is
炭。
super simple to use too. Just throw it in some tin foil
Yeah.
on the rack. You don't put it directly on the grill or it will spark up.
Exactly.
さっき飲んだグレープフルーツトニックです。ジンジャービュートニックはインディアントニック。
私ちょっとびっくりしたんですけど、このインディアントニックに含まれているキニーネというキナという植物から取れるアルカロイドで、日本では禁止されている成分が入っていました。私が飲んだグレープフルーツトニックには含まれてなかったのでよかったんですけど、娘がよくアメリカでは海外で禁止されている成分が食べ物や化粧品に入っていると言っていました。本当ですね、気をつけよう。
Never been too close by.
Where is it?
Remember the one by Summer Duck, NASA, whatever the hell it is.
どこ
There's one by Summer Duck. Here.
キングジョージ
No, not King. I don't want to go that one. I didn't
Okay. Alright, yeah. Any winery is good. Oh, how about
Oh, I'm
the
sorry.
one with like Italian?
That was awesome.
No.
Thank you again.
It's okay. It's something we've never been. That would be great. Thank you.
Well, if that one's not open, we can go down to that one.
Mother Grove.
この辺りワイナリーが閉まっているとレストランもお店も何もないので参りました。
行こうとしたワイナリーが全部閉まっていて、結局いつものオールドハウスワイナリー行きました。
このブルーリーの建物には部屋が2つあるんですけど、今日は今まで一度も来たことのない部屋だけが空いていたので入りました。
Thank you. We have to sit down.
メニューは毎回変わるんですけど、ここではフレンチオニオンやほうれん草のディップ、スモークサーモンやチキンのパニーニなどの軽い食事ができます。私はここのワイナリーの方のストーンピザが大好きなんですけど、週末に作るのが大変になってしまったのか、月曜日だけのメニューになってしまいました。でも最近生地と具がセットになったたったの16ドルのテイクアウトのボックスができたというので、チャンスがあったらワイナリーの方で買ってみたいと思います。これから飲み物を買うんですけど、なんと今日は食べ物がありませんでした。信じられない。
So you get the whole bottle?
Yeah, but you can get glass too.
Let's get some crackers.
Sure.
You can buy a flight at there. So the darkest beer you have. I'm gonna go with the Oktoberfest myself.
Okay, sure. I go. Is this beer?
This one's wine,
Oh, this is wine.
and beer is on this side.
Okay. The food is good. I like to eat it.
We're gonna just do a rosé.
Okay.
Is these rosé? Just glass of that or a bottle?
Just a glass.
Okay.
Probably buy a bottle of the Wicked Bottom.
Perfect. You like? So you're looking at the wine list, right?
Yeah, anything, beer or wine. Yeah, beer
Sure.
or something you really like or something.
Okay.
It's good right now.
Yeah. So for the wines, is there one that do you like whites or reds more?
Take some, you take some.
Usually I like white,
White? Do you like something a little sweeter or kind of dry?
but kind of dry.
Dry? Well, for drier, our Clover Hill is really nice. It's kind of like a Pinot Grigio. So that one's really nice. And then our Chardonnay Reserve is really, really good as well. If you like a Chardonnay. So that has like a nice light French oak to it. And then it has like some tropical fruit notes too. So
I
it's a
think
nice
I take
balance.
this
That
one.
one? Okay. You like it.
Oh, thank you.
Of course, yeah. That way you make sure you like it.
No, thank
It's
you.
one of my favorites. It's really nice and balanced, I think. I'm not a big Chardonnay person, but I like our Reserve. Good?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Of course. Better safe than sorry.
食べ物はなかったですけど、店員さんは可愛くてとっても優しかったです。
Yes.
Sorry, it's not the same deal as on the
No,
weekends.
the
I
key
know
thing,
it's
I
a
got
little
to see
different,
the-
I've
so-
known this.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Oh yeah, we've been up every day on the weekend in
Yeah.
here because we've had so many weddings and we do the rehearsal dinners in
Oh,
here.
wow.
And we've had a lot of parties lately, so during the week we've been trying to
I
open
know
it
if I
up.
was going
which
to get
is
married
nice.
again,
Not even open.
I've actually DJ'd here many, many, many
Oh,
years
really?
before all this existed.
That's awesome.
Also the
For
ceremony.
That's awesome. Very cool.
They don't food.
Well, let's enjoy the feast we have, and we can stop somewhere on the way home.
Thank you.
ランチはチーズとクラッカーと生ハムになってしまいました。
That's good. Good cheese. You like cheese? See, look at all the baskets. I'm basket heaven here. Look at this, honey.
硬い。
Yes, very.
The cheddar.
This is almost a Parmesan
Yeah,
cheddar.
yeah.
What's it about Parmesan?
Yeah, it's more of a Parmesan than.
このチーズ、実は硬くてまあまあでした。
It's gonna be 44.12. Oh, thank you. And we'll get your discount.
Thank you so much.
Of course, absolutely.
Sweet.
帰り道に美味しいものがたくさん置いてあるギフトショップがあるので寄ることにしました。こ
This place is usually blind.
こはこのお店でカットしてくれるハムとたくさんの野菜が詰まった約$5の巨大なサンドイッチとアメリカンなポップなデコレーションがされているアイスクリームとミルクシェイクが有名なんですけど、その他にいろいろな種類のパイやパン、キャンディー、野菜のピクルスやスパイス、ポテトサラダやマカロニサラダなどの出来合いのお惣菜も置いています。このパイやケーキがスライスで買えるセクション、ここのプリンがものすごく美味しいです。あ、でも私このスニッカードゥードゥルって小麦粉とシナモンだけで作られたクッキーがあるんですけど、私ちょっとそれ苦手なんですよ。でも今日はそれのなんとパイが売っていました。あとちょっと地味な感じで冷凍庫に入ってるんですけど、私はここのオーブンに入れて焼くだけのミートパイも気に入っています。最近新しくコーヒーのコーナーもできて、まだ夫が高いというので一度も飲んだことないんですけど、スターバックスより高いけどスターバックスより美味しいという評判の日本のマネーの虎ってテレビ番組と同じような感じのシャークタンクっていうアメリカの番組があるんですけど、オファーは取れなかったらしいんですけど、そこから出たブランドのコーヒーを使っているそうです。今日初めてブレックファーストブリトーとかも美味しいと聞いたので、今度ぜひ朝ごはんも食べてみたいと思います。
Butter pecan? Black raspberry.
Very good ice cream.
Bad thing about facial hair, it's a human.
美味しい。
これから家に帰ります。
なんかいとこの奥さんがパイはホイップクリームがついてないと食べられないっていうので、うちね今ホイップクリームあんまり買わないようにしてるんですよ。なんか太るからだからちょっとうちの近くのスーパーに今買いに来てみました。
写真を撮るのを忘れてしまったんですけど、ディナーは作る時間がなくなってしまった時のために昨日コストコで買っておいためちゃくちゃいっぱい入っていて餌っていう感じのプルコギを焼いてと白いご飯 バーベキューにも合いそうな例のベーコンとか卵とかいっぱい入ったサラダ、アスパラガスをソテーしたものを食べました。デザートには人のいとこの奥さんがたっぷりホイップクリームをかけてくれたピーチパイ、美味しかった。それでは今日この辺で Thank you so much for watching. Have a good weekend.